Well, I'm Pennywise, dancing clown.
That's right. We send the ambiance for y'all. Hello, legions. Welcome, one and all, to a very special episode of the What You Been Watching podcast, a.k.a. What You Been Witchin'.
We've been sitting on that for a year, by the way. We realized the missed opportunity in the last episode.
No, I actually went through and re-edited the post and called it a.k.a. What You Been Witchin'.
Oh, good for you.
It was too good.
Yeah, it was too good. Okay, good for you. Good for you.
I am your host, the deceased, marvelous Mike Dudley, joined as always by my mummy's favorite, my ghoul friend, my co-host, cohort, and co-defendant?
There you go. MD3, and it had to be MD:3, the witching season. Marcus Dudley checking on you. What's going on out there in podcast land? We are broadcasting from some very spooky cemeteries out here in the shadows of Doak Campbell Stadium.
Is that why we're in the cemetery?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Just change of scenery for us.
Right. You can hear the death rattles all around us.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Anyways. But no, we are broadcasting live, as always, from the What You Been Watching studios right here in Tallahassee, Florida. You can find us. Please write us at whatchabeenwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook. Where is that at?
They can find us at facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast.
Yeah. Also, we want to give a very special shout out for our intro music today.
Yes, we do.
To set the tone, set the ambiance with a mother effing banger.
That's
the
right.
Pennywise pop, pop, pop. And when he does the pop, 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 and the beat drops, some nasty shit right there. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. A1. We want to give a shout out and send some love his way. You can find him at, what is the website?
You can find him at a1reality.music@gmail.com.
That's right. A1reality.music@gmail.com. Just spell it out for y'all.
That's right.
Just I want to send my guy some love, man. He's been very generous with the beats.
Hit him up with all your beat requests. The dude's he's a quadruple threat.
He's a quadruple
He's a singer, dancer, model,
actor, skateboarder.
brain surgeon.
Yeah, I was just you picked up my silent calls right there. Yeah, no, but ultimately we're trying to send y'all that way. If you're looking for a type of beat, whether it be like, hey man, I told him I wanted something that sounds like the Jeffersons theme song. He came through with our interlude music. So yeah, trying to show my guy some love. So anyways,
we salute you, Mr. A1, here from the What You Been Watching studios.
Absolutely. So,
all right, so my guy, like, what you been up to, man?
It startled me.
Oh.
I got asked first?
Yeah.
It is the spooky season. Man, is that what that is?
That's right. Catches you off guard, doesn't it?
It does, man. Usually there's pleasantries involved before that, but we rambled on enough trying to show Mr. A1 some love, which we could never do too much of.
Yeah, man. What you been watching?
Man, I watched an all-time, I think people would consider this a Halloween classic. I watched Hocus Pocus. The old on Disney Plus. I did not watch the second one because I don't know if I have any interest in that.
For those of them that may not be familiar, brief synopsis is basically 3 witches are resurrected on Halloween night.
On Hallows Eve.
And their goal is what? To steal the souls of children or something?
Yeah, they don't really make it a lot of sense.
Just evil witchery.
Evil witchery is afoot, and yeah, they are trying to steal the soul of a child so they can live on past, because when the sun rises, they turn to dust. And they need a potion and as well a child to drink the potion or something like that so they can drink their soul. But I don't know. Ultimately, what happens is some virgin, they make that very well known throughout the movie, some virgin lights a candle, and it brings the witches back to life for a night. So, and then they cause all kinds of havoc upon the whatever city they're in.
It's the Sanderson sisters?
The Sanderson sisters,
yeah,
indeed.
Played by Bette Midler.
Yes.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
And then...
the voice of Peggy Hill.
I'm trying to think of what her first name is.
Kathy, I'm going to butcher her last name, but it's what you've been watching, so it's okay.
Right.
Kathy Najimy, Najimy. Najimy? I don't know.
Najimy?
She's in Sister Act. She's also in It's Pat, in one of our favorite roles in It's Pat in the movie.
It wouldn't be spooky season unless we mentioned
brought out It's Pat for trauma season, yeah. She's in It's Pat in the movie. You know who else is in this movie? Who plays the dad of the protagonist?
Tell me, sir.
I'm giving him an underrated performance of the week.
Already?
Off the rip. Michael, this is what happens when you ask me to go first. Brash decisions without consultation are made.
Lead to rash choices.
Yep, yes, sir. Charlie Rocket, Mr. Charles Rocket himself.
Talk about Charlie Rocks.
Who played the villain in It's Pat.
That's right.
And was the highlight of that.
I must become Pat.
Yes.
By becoming Pat, I can understand Pat, and therefore know myself.
Yes, that's exactly of the same ilk. But no, he's in this movie. He plays the dad of the protagonist who gets a spell put on them by Bette Midler, who I'm sure in her contract asked to sing a song.
Oh, it's Bette Midler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
If you're getting Bette Midler, you're like, hey, you want to sing? Of course I do. So, it was. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and I know a lot of people.
The little girl's played by Michelle Trachtenberg, right?
Thora
Birch.
Thora Birch, yeah. Yeah, the main guy is Omri Katz, and that's Max Dennison. It's the Dennison family is trying to prevent these witches from causing trouble. I know a lot of people that absolutely love this movie, and it's a year in, year out event for them. I know I saw it a few times as a kid, and it's one of those movies, again, I know I've seen it, and I am not lying about that, but I hadn't seen it in probably 20 years, man, since I was a kid myself.
Right.
I think after I got out of, you're in middle school around Halloween, and, you get a substitute teacher, they're like, all right, we're going to watch Hocus Pocus or something, whatever it might be. That's probably one of the last times I saw it, so.
See, I live in exactly the opposite world where, every woman in my within my friend circle fucking love that movie. So I have seen it many times. Maybe not recently, but within
the last
past
5 years or so.
Oh yeah, at least maybe 3 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah, for sure.
So it had been a while for me. I wasn't disappointed in it by any means, but I wasn't I guess I didn't really get the hype. Maybe because I already knew the bit, so it didn't resonate with me. When she does fly on the vacuum, it's pretty fucking funny. It still holds up.
It doesn't. Yeah, so
they get their broom stolen.
Yeah, they awaken in the new world, and one of them takes an actual straight broom. Another one takes a mop, and she rides out on a vacuum. Well, or a Swiffer or something.
Well, no, they start with brooms, but then they go to some house they're not used to trick or treaters, so they leave their brooms outside, and the trick or treaters run off with their brooms. So they make it back to their house and need to go cause havoc at the cemetery, whatever.
Right.
And so one grabs the other broom, the final broom. Jessica Parker grabs a mop, and Kathy Najimy, however, grabs a vacuum. Which pretty funny bit though. It's a pretty funny bit. The way she crotches it, she goes up on you can tell it's wire work, and she swings it out from a pendulum like you would, and just crotches it so hard and blah, sticks it. Pretty good physical comedy.
The old cauldron.
Yes, yeah. There you go. But it was enjoyable, man. I mean, you got Bette Midler singing songs, Charlie Rocket stealing the show.
Yeah, she sings, I put a spell on you.
And she captivates the audience of whatever town they're in, the parents and stuff. So
it's Salem.
Oh, it is Salem. That is right. Yeah, they are the witches of Salem. That's right. But no, man, I dug it. I wasn't, like I said, I mentioned earlier, I wasn't blown away, but it's cutesy enough, and I get the appeal of it.
You don't sound super enthused on it. I mean, problems with it, or just not your particular flavor of Kool-Aid?
I guess it was just the nostalgia wasn't there.
Okay,
you know what I mean? I remember as a kid seeing it, but if I would have watched Ernest Scared Stupid, the nostalgia would have kicked in, and I would have been I fucking love everything about this. And that's mostly what it was. It was I was watching it with what I was a relatively fresh set of eyes, because again I hadn't seen it in many years, so I don't remember all the jokes. I don't remember a lot of the plot even. I remember the basic of it, but Yeah, I guess the nostalgia didn't kick in, which I don't know if it's that movie's fault or if it was just never really my shit to begin with.
Yeah, the
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the problem with nostalgia is it has to
have been your shit at one point.
It has to leave a very early mark. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like, yeah, so maybe the fact that you never really felt attachment to it anyway, just sort of it never got a chance to play itself out, you know, or reward itself down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't think it's the fault of the movie though.
No. I from what I remember, it's a perfectly capable movie. It's you know, it's a cutesy little, you know, like you could show this to a 6-year-old or to a 13-year-old. Everyone's gonna have a good time. You know? Like it's for young kids, old kids, nostalgic kids, fat kids, kids who climb on rocks.
Michael, points to you for not saying the word charming there. I was really looking at you like it's about to drop in 3, 2, but it's spooky season.
And also not to call it a fun little romp.
Yeah. Yeah. Verbal crutches. When you start recording yourself, you'll start to learn. You're like, oh, I say that shit all the time. That's like I say, I'm with it, or I hear you. Yeah. Anyways.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I say, it's just the nostalgia didn't really kick in for me. But I will say this, and this is going to be, oh, you guys are mean, whatever. She's had a lot worse jokes said about her before. This isn't even really a joke. I've never really found Sarah Jessica Parker to be all that attractive. I remember like in Sex and the City, everyone was like, oh, she's a sex symbol. And all they did was just put her in really expensive shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which it's like, oh, it's New York, but she's pretty hot in this movie. Well, I guess she gets one. She gets a free pass on this. But
I really loved her in, God, what was the one that got nominated? Secretariat. She was great in that.
See, now we're being mean. Now we've crossed the threshold. But yeah, no, she does do the little seduction song at the end when she's riding the mop to bring all the children to the witch's house.
Oh yeah.
But then the one witch, Bette Midler, is so greedy with she wants the main daughter at that point. She's like, oh, I must have her. She called me ugly, and
yeah.
like there's like a litany of children outside.
Right.
You could pick any one of these that are already underneath your spell, and they just don't do it for some reason.
Oh, hubris.
Oh, hubris.
Oh, careful, Icarus.
Careful, Icarus.
Lest you bring your broom of wax too close to the sun.
That's exactly right. I will say the way they do what do they call it? The witch walk or the witch tracks, where they all walk in unison, like, and they lift their skirts and. That shit's a pretty good bit. That's a pretty good bit. Yeah, I think it's witch tracks, and they
it's
right,
fun
left,
coordination.
Right, left, and they kind of jut their heads left and right accordingly.
Yeah, they're like sniffing the air in unison and stuff.
Yeah. That's a pretty good little bit, man.
Yeah.
So you can tell they had fun making it. So
yeah, I mean, it's the whole movie is full of like clever little, you know, physical comedies and plays on words, and you know, a lot of it is sort of
Bette Midler chewing the scenery.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's very much fish out of water, where like, you know, the Sanderson sisters come across a paved road and they're like, it's a river made of black ice.
Right.
You know.
That's pretty good. Oh, when they hit on the bus driver, that was funny.
That's right.
Yeah, the bus driver.
Can you bring us into town?
With children? There's an adult joke that he says in there. And she goes, oh, we desire children. And he goes, it may take me more than once, or something like. Wow. He says something like that it's like kind of a wink, like, yeah, he said it may take more than one try, or something like that.
Wow.
I'm probably butchering the line, but I remember it being like a kind of a wink, like, did he really just say that shit? Mm-hmm. I'm sure somebody's screaming, like, that's not what he says at all, but hey, whatever. It's my view of going experience. So.
That's right.
So,
we don't be remembering shit.
But yeah, we don't remember shit hardly. We just regurgitate what we think we remember. And you pay us for it. Oh, wait, you don't pay us.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. It's a free service.
You know what I would do if I was getting a free podcast about two assholes' opinions that didn't really matter? I'd shut the fuck up.
By the way, when we say that, just for context, everyone says I never can follow you guys, which you can't. It's a second language to us. But when we go, I would just shut the fuck up. There's a skit in the Chappelle Show where he plays Black President George Bush. Mm-hmm. And he says, he's talking, there's like some reporters asking about the war and stuff. And he's like, the UN asked him about this. He goes, you know what I would do? If I was you, UN, I would sanction me. And he goes, oh, wait, you don't have a fucking army. You know what I would do if I didn't have an army and I was trying to sanction me? I don't know. I might just shut the fuck up. That's what I'd do. Shut the fuck up. So that's where that comes from, if you ever hear say that. But in terms of the review, though,
please,
I will give it How many stirring? I will give it 11 stirs of the cauldron.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give that movie one great lap around the racetrack for Sarah Jessica Parker.
I thought you were going to go like...
That's right. I doubled down. That's right.
I thought you were going to say one really fancy hat at the Kentucky Derby.
That would have been great.
Hey, look, we can use take two, whatever you want to do.
It's all good.
They'll be like, why did Marcus review it twice? Because I needed to. But anyways, moving on. The other thing I watched...
Yes, sir.
...was... I did watch the cold open to Dracula, which I do quarterly.
That's such a...
We voted it as the greatest cold opening of all time.
It's pretty goddamn good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean... That in and of itself, like, is a little mini movie that is so well shot and so well done. I mean, like, Francis Ford Coppola could have just submitted that as, like, a short film and still won the Oscar that year.
Yeah, I'm with it. But no, I did watch the cold open, and I will say it still holds up. And again, I do watch it quarterly, so I don't want to spend a tremendous amount of time. But this is a callback to some of our previous episodes where we do, I think it's episode 3, where we do the coldest opens.
I want to say 6.
Either way, there's some
It's
cold.
somewhere between 3 and 6.
Write us in and let us know which one is right, because I'm too lazy to check right now. But yeah, no, it still holds up, man. The whole sequence of him renouncing God and being like, yo, this is my fucking prize I get for going off and fighting your little holy fucking war. This is what I get.
Well, and then on top of it, the costuming is great. Like his
licorice armor.
Yeah, I was going to say, yes, it does kind of look a little bit like licorice, but, I mean, it's intended to be a skinned bat or a skinned wolf.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just thought it was designed.
That's why it's got the ears and the pointed the pointed faceplate and stuff like that. But yeah, it's intended to look like a skinned bat or a skinned wolf.
Oh, that's dope.
I saw that on the director's commentary, and it always stuck with me.
That's usually a Marcus fact. So appreciate you, because it's a spooky season indeed. This is what it's like when you get asked first. You got somebody that really has your back, dude. I spoil you. I appreciate it.
He's too good to me.
Michael's good older brothering right now. So I did watch that. I watched the cold open of that. I won't spend a lot of time on that, but go watch that.
Go watch
Just
it. Yeah.
Google cold open Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Fucking incredible.
Yeah, comes in with that, and the soundtrack in that. Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Constantinople. 1912, whatever it was. Fucking 1312. Da da da. A Romanian night. Yeah, that shit's gangster, man. And it's all shot with practical effects.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's Francis Ford Coppola.
See puppets impaling other puppets. It's dope, man.
But I mean, like I said, it is Francis Ford Coppola, like, at his masterwork.
Pete
I mean,
Powers.
he's utilizing the most classic of cinema tricks and putting them in a way that audience had not seen for probably, God, at that point, 50 years, and reintroducing them to it, and people were blown away. Like, how did he do it? Like, actually, he did it in like 1912.
Yeah,
so.
you're like, actually, what's his name that did Psycho and the Hitchcock? Did
Hitchcock.
this every movie for like decades. But outside of that, as I do my hair, which you'll hear my luxurious mane flowing through the mic, I did watch a newer movie. It just got released on Disney Plus.
Ooh, tell me.
I watched The Haunted Mansion.
Interesting, sir. Let's put a pin in that, because I also watched Haunted Mansion, and I think you and I could do a good deep dive on that and have some opinions.
Well, yeah. So you want to save it for the end?
Yeah, let's save it for the end.
Okay. So then
No, fuck it. Let's get into it.
Let's get. That's what I'm saying.
Let's
It's the witching hour. Because I was going to ask you what you've been watching next, and if you watched The Haunted Mansion.
We can just talk about...
So hey, let's just do that then. Hey, Michael. Well, that's all I've been watching. What you been watching?
Saw The Haunted Mansion.
Awesome. You want to talk about it? Fucking segue nailed. Booyah.
We're very good at this.
Points to fucking Ravenclaw.
We would be Ravenclaw.
I am a Ravenclaw, from what I understand. I've only seen like 3 of those movies, but apparently I'm a Ravenclaw. So I take pride in my little bit of knowledge and ignorance.
Which one is all about bitches, beers, and bongs? Because that's the fraternity I'm trying to pledge to. I'm getting a 4.0 in damage.
I ever tell you... Oh, man. No, I'm not going to put it out there. We have a...
Oh, no.
No, I'll say it, but you can't. Don't you rip my motherfucking idea off? This idea that I'm about to say belongs to me and my Quins.
Trademark.
Trademark. Fucking Attaboy Productions. But we were gonna start a fraternity and a restaurant, and it was gonna be called Beta Beta Omega BBQ. It's a fucking really good idea, so don't dick ride. Don't dick ride.
I like it.
Yeah, I like BBQ, Beta Beta Omega, coming to a Walmart parking lot near you soon. Anyways, the Haunted
Beta
Mansion.
Beta Omega for all your barbecue and foot rub needs.
I love how I give ourselves points for the wonderful segue, and then the second we give ourselves points for the awesome segue,
we talk about some
throw
nonsense.
it directly in the trash. So, back to the Haunted Mansion. The new Disney Plus one, or the one that's on Disney Plus, directed by Justin Simeon. What'd you think, my guy?
I mean, I liked it.
I did too.
It's not a bad movie. I have questions about it. I really, really, really like the cast. Rosario Dawson is amazing as always. Lakeith Stanfield is just charming as fuck. Danny DeVito is eccentric and weird and delightful. Owen Wilson is just smarmy and sardonic and deliciously wonderful to watch.
Always.
So like the cast is phenomenal. I have a few problems with the pacing of the movie. It tends to like stop and start and stop and start and stop and start a lot. It's like, how do I put this? Okay, so in a kid's movie, you would want the ghost to be like over the top and silly and cartoonish and very like visually very visually dynamic, very visually interesting, you know what I mean? Or if you're going to do the invisible ghost stuff, you would want them like where they like
slapsticky?
Yeah, you would want them slapsticky, like throwing eggs and pulling the rug out from underneath people, or like splashing water all over. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And they don't do either one, and it's sort of like all the ghosts you can only. There's a plot point where Lakeith Stanfield's character develops a camera that can take pictures of spectral images. So it's a ghost camera. I couldn't think of the word camera. It's a ghost camera.
Ghost lens.
It's a ghost photography unit.
Only there was some sort of machine which could capture an image at a particular point in time for our viewing pleasures later. If only such a machine existed.
It's like a camera, but not for movies, but for...
Right. Postcards, that's the word I'm looking for. Anyways.
Yeah, but like, so all the images of the ghost are like sparkly dots, and they're not slapsticky, they're not cartoony, they're just sort of there. And so, I don't know. The whole movie, to me, it was way too dumb for older kids and way too scary for younger kids. And like a really young child is not going to be able to keep up with this plot line and like why they're doing the things that they're doing, because it's sort of all over the place. It's very Carmen Sandiego.
Carmen Sandiego. It's all. I thought the whole point of that was finding where she is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you're constantly like, wait, why are we here now? Wait, okay, right.
I got you now. Okay. I thought you meant in the most simple form. They ask you the point of it in the title. That's the whole point of it. We are trying to find where on this globe Carmen Sandiego is currently.
Also, shout out to Rockapella.
Oh, man. How much you gonna risk? Yeah. I think I laugh about it. I bet you think I didn't know the song I did.
Well done, sir. I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
Anyways, yeah, Rockapella. You brought that out of me.
Do it, Rockapella.
Yeah.
Boob up.
Anyways, we're getting off the rails again. So, to your point.
Smash cut to 2 weeks from now when we get a cease and desist from Rockapella. Like,
Rockapella.
You guys are definitely biting our bit.
Yeah, we are.
You're literally singing a cappella.
We're trying to pay homage. We're trying to. We're just stealing, but we're trying to pay homage. No, so to your points, though, I think it's an interesting point in which you said that they weren't slapsticky enough, and they also weren't, what was the other phrase you used? That you said they weren't, like, quote-unquote, like, visually
dynamic.
See, I would disagree. Initially, they weren't when he was just using the lens, but they break the lens, which was a major part of why he gets there. And then within the first 30 minutes, they break the lens. So it's okay. So right when they actually get rid of the lens, the movie gets better because then for whatever reason, the ghosts start to reveal themselves. And then you kind of get these individual characters. You get the sea captain ghost, and you get the executioner ghost, and then you get the two ghosts which have been dueling, and you get the axe murderer wife ghost. So then I thought they all kind of had a bit which worked better than it did when they just had the camera. So I'll give you that.
Well, but even then, They play the invisible ghost thing, but it's just basically actors talking to empty space, or they might have the ghost right on a mirror, but they're not doing anything particularly noteworthy or visually interesting. It's all just actors talking to open space. You know what I mean? There was a great opportunity there for them to do something really visually interesting, other than just, how many times do they just have a ghost write something on a pad and paper? At least 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, a little less than that, but probably, 4 is probably a close guess. Yeah. Enough times, though. I get your point.
Right.
Though. I'm not going to sit here and wax semantics, which usually we will go on a giant rabbit hole to argue about how right or wrong one of us is about some dumb shit. Or if not on the
paper, on paper, but on a mirror or whatever, what have you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I will say I think they did do a pretty good job of making them visually interesting once they were seen.
Sure.
I also really liked how, as they're exploring the Haunted Mansion, it's weird. I've been to Disney, and I went when I was really, really, really young. Mm-hmm. And I only remember, you have those weird memories that show, it's almost like a still image.
Sure.
And you're not quite sure if you're remembering it correctly or not. The only thing I know I remember correctly is I remember going on the teacups. I remember the Dumbo ride because I was that age where it was I couldn't do the big ride. I didn't do Space Mountain or anything. And then I remember going on the Haunted Mansion. I remember the chairs turning as it went down the hill.
Yeah.
And I remember that vividly because they had such a dynamic back piece to them. And I remember that. And other than that, I don't remember shit about it.
Yeah, there was a part in the ride where they're riding on the track and the chairs turn and face a mirror, and there was a holographic image of a ghost sitting in your chair with you.
Yeah.
And, you go over the ballroom and they're all dancing, floating in the air and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I remember bits of that, but I don't remember the full ride.
Sure.
So it was kind of cool seeing that, but
and they have all of those scenes in the movie.
Which
it's very ride heavy in the references.
Yeah. But I will say this, that what I was bringing up though is I did like that as they're exploring the mansion, we have to go to for whatever, we have to go to the attic. Oh, we have to go to the basement. Oh, we have to do. You start to see the little. They did enough breadcrumbs of who these ghosts were. Mm-hmm. So when you do finally get to see them, when they're all in their blue spectral form, you would see an axe, and you would see a photo of a man and a woman. In next to the as they're exploring the attic, and then as the camera pans and the light shines off of it, the head of the husband would be gone, and then you would see an axe, and you're oh, there's an axe murderer ghost up here, and then they're exploring earlier, and they go in a hallway, and they go, every time I walk past here, my sides hurt, and then later when they goes into the astral plane or whatever, you see 2 brothers dueling each other, and they shoot each other in the sides.
Right.
And so there was little cues that I kind of liked. Was good on you as dropping enough breadcrumbs to be we're going to flesh these characters out, but we're kind of letting you know their bit or their gimmick ahead of time. So
sure.
I kind of appreciated that. So I was actually at first when they broke the spectral lens or whatever, I was you just spent 30 minutes on I can't get it to work.
Yeah, his whole the Keith Stanfield's whole reason to deter is ruined in the first 30 minutes. And I understand that the whole gimmick of why they can't leave the house is once you step foot in the house, you sign some sort of spectral contract where even
you're
if you
haunted,
leave, you're going to be haunted. So Lakeith Stanfield tries to leave and he gets haunted at his apartment and at the coffee shop, and then Tiffany Haddish's character comes in. She's the voodoo priestess, psychic, whatever, and she talks about do you know what it's like to have a ghost horse?
Yeah. Yeah.
She puts the weirdest emphasis on the word horse. Anyway.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah, so basically they all agree that like they're just going to stay in the house and try and solve the mystery of the house so that they can stop being haunted.
Yeah, which again I liked it, and I do agree with you in the sense, to bring up your earlier point about there is an aspect of it that is very silly, and you're like, oh, this is a kid's movie. Mm-hmm. But also at the same time, I thought it was rated pretty appropriately for it to be PG-13. There's some legitimately scary stuff in there.
Sure.
Like, and not, they do jump scares, but I mean, jump scares are kind of easy to come by.
Right.
But they do those enough where they merit it, and you're like, oh, I didn't expect them to have somebody almost be headless in a,
right.
Or like the arm reach out, the dilapidated arm reached out, or decayed arm reach out and grab somebody and drag him away. Like, you would see that in a rated R movie.
Sure.
Yeah,
so
I was like, good for you for going for it.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, they definitely do a good job of infusing elements of serious horror with like children's comedy.
Yeah.
But again, I think that they never really decide which way they want to go with it, because the scary parts are legitimately scary, and then the dumb kid parts are legitimately really dumb kid parts. And so I don't know.
Tonally, no, you're saying tonally it was a little off.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment. I didn't bump up it against you. I think bump in the night as much of it up against it as you did. I don't think. And the saving grace of all of this is no matter when the tonally shifts, and the director, what's his name, Justin Simeon, mm-hmm. He does a couple horror comedy movies. He did Bad Hair, which is like it's like a black barbershop or whatever, and they do weaves and extensions and stuff like that, and there's like cursed hair in it.
Oh, nice.
It's a pretty silly movie. It's pretty funny. So it's definitely worth a watch. He did that, and he did Dear White People also, which it's a very different vibe movie. But,
sure.
So he kind of has a little bit of that in it, but I appreciated the fact that it was kind of silly and also kind of rated R. I kind of appreciated it a little bit, and I appreciate that it was kind of within his wheelhouse. And there was some shots that I really liked too. When Lakeith Stanfield does go into, they do a seance, a reverse seance. It's really, he jokes with Tiffany Haddish about astral projection. And they go into it, and it's like this really vivid, almost kind of like Wakanda afterlife kind of thing, where it's a lot of purple hues, and then they kind of throw in a little bit of Doctor Strange, how the ghosts maneuver through the house differently, and the house can spin, and you're going through mirrors.
It's constantly changing shape.
Yeah, and it was kind of dope.
He runs down a hallway, and then all of a sudden the camera rotates, and then he's like running on the ceiling, and he falls.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of dope though. So I respected it. But I will say this: above all the parts I did like, and above all the parts that I didn't like, they assembled a strong enough cast.
Oh yeah.
At every turn, I was like, I like one of these people on screen.
Right.
I like I like Tiffany Haddish.
Sure.
I like Owen Wilson, which shout out to him. He pretty much doesn't, and I mean this as a compliment. Like Snoop Dogg doesn't have to act anymore. He just gets paid to be Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Owen Wilson, if he wants to phone it in and like, hey, we just want you to be Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Like, don't go get an Owen Wilson type. Like we joke about Vince Vaughn. Don't go get a Vince Vaughn type.
Right. Oh yeah.
Go get Vince Vaughn. So,
buddy. If you want a Vince Vaughn type, you just get the Vince Vaughn type. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Same thing with Owen Wilson. So he does himself pretty well. The like you said, the sardonic kind of dry wit, kind of like I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Right.
Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Very
like,
sarcastic.
but still
very
relatable.
Dry. Yeah.
So
very, like smarmy everyman kind of thing.
Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield, I think is a great actor. Actually, man, I liked him in Get Out. I love him in the movie Sorry to Bother You.
Oh,
which is a weird fucking movie. That is a
mind trip of a movie.
Yeah.
So okay, we gotta have to take a brief.
Let's not sum it all up, but just a quick recap.
So basically, Lakeith Stanfield gets a job doing telephone sales. He meets Danny Glover, who tells him to use his white voice, and then he develops this white persona and uses it to sell a bunch of money, and then turns out that the company he works for is trying to turn black people into servants. Well, but with a real big twist, and we'll save it because you just watch the movie.
It's a wild movie.
Just watch the movie, and when it takes a sharp left turn, we warned you. Okay.
Yeah. There's a weird scene with Tessa Thompson doing poetry, getting like bologna or something thrown at her too. It's fucking weird.
I forgot about that.
There's if you want just a quick synopsis of the movie, it's called Sorry to Bother You. And we're talking about Lakeith Stanfield in Haunted Mansion, but he's also in a movie called Sorry to Bother You. Just type in on YouTube, Sorry to Bother You, compliment battle, and you will thank us. So, point being, I like Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah.
I like Owen Wilson. I like Danny DeVito. Jamie Lee Curtis shows up in it.
Right.
Who else is in it? Even the young.
What's his name? Jared Leto. He plays.
Oh yeah, I don't like him. I'm forgetting the queen of all, man. Rosario Dawson is in it.
Oh, that's right.
Roda herself is in it. And even the young man.
Road Dogg?
Yeah, Road Dawson. Ahsoka herself. And what was the young kid's name? It was Colin something. Chase Dillon. Sorry, not Colin.
Yeah, Chase Dillon.
Yeah, Chase Dillon is in it. He was good, man. This movie also, in terms of what you were talking about tonally, above the ghosts and everything like that, it actually has some really adult themes.
Yeah.
About like a 9-year-old dealing with loss in general, with Lakeith Stanfield dealing with, big spoiler alert, but not really, not this part, but dealing with the loss of his wife.
Yeah.
And it's,
well,
they tug on the heartstrings a little bit, man.
The whole crux of the movie is the main villain ghost is trying to get 1,000 souls to trapped in this house, whatever, and then somehow or another that grants him another shot at life, so he gets to come back
wreak
to life.
havoc.
Whatever. But the whole thing, he has 999 souls, and the whole plot hinges around a kid trying to commit suicide. Like, he has to have a willing soul.
A willing soul has to be the
And
solace.
so he chooses a kid, and so the whole plot hinges around a kid committing suicide to let him free from the afterlife.
So the kid, well, we're just going to spoil it. So the kid can be with his dad, who you find out at the end
Right.
is dead. Like, and Lakeith Stanfield also was like, oh, if it's between me dying and me seeing my wife again, yeah, take me instead. But he steps up to stepdad mode real quick.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, I got to be really nice to this kid if I want to get with Rosario Dawson. So well played, Lakeith Stanfield.
I'm familiar with that game.
Yes, no, well played, Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, you have kids? I love kids so much.
So the cast really, though, to get back to that point, really does, in my opinion, whatever quote unquote qualms I might have had. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, this cast can carry this movie. It's 2 hours, just about on the nose. They could have carried it another 30 minutes. You would have felt the time a little bit, but I was with it.
I even think it was a little bit too long. I think
Really?
you could have probably cut about maybe at least 8 to 10 minutes out of this movie, and you wouldn't have missed a beat. In fact, I think it might have helped it a little bit.
Are you being hater ass Huey over there? Do I need to ring that? There he goes again.
Where's that bell?
Hater ass Huey alarm. I'll press it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep. Y'all unfamiliar with the hater ass Huey alarm. You got to be ever vigilant in your watch. Michael will slip into hater ass Huey mode.
I'm not hating.
Okay, I smell the direction of hate stepping up.
No.
Smell it like a pair of new shoes.
I actually do. I really do like the movie. I have serious problems with the pacing and sort of the direction of the movie in terms of, like, it kind of meanders and goes all over the place. Bit. So
they had a whole mansion to explore, Michael. Plot line for every room, big dog.
That's right. I guess you're right in that. It is. It is a Scooby-Doo episode in terms of they have to go through each room in the mansion.
Yeah, pretty much, and in the spectral plane. But I dug it though. I would actually recommend it.
And admittedly, the last, like, as much as I complained about how they don't have this, like, huge dynamic show for, like, the ghosts, and, like, I would have done it more slapsticky. The last, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes of the movie is all just ghosts fighting each other, and like they definitely make up for it, but they take a long time to get there.
The final action sequence isn't even really, like, it's mostly like pieces of a puzzle coming together. Mm-hmm. There's no, like, grand escape scene. It's really an emotional battle about, like, hey, don't you want to be with your wife, your dead wife, or don't you want to be with your dead dad? And it's not like action packed, but it's fucking emotionally a punch in the gut. You're like, damn. This poor kid gets picked on because he dresses like Carlton, and there's a funny joke in there. He's like, I don't know why I don't have any friends. Like, I raise my hand all the time in class. I do all
my homework.
Yeah, I do all my homework.
I dress nice.
I let the teachers know when other kids are breaking the rule on the playground. And Lakeith Stanfield's like, yeah, I think I figured out some of your problems there. But he does a cool thing, which I've actually done before. In a moment, he's sitting there trying to reason with the kid because he's angry about, why am I in this house and I moved down to this town and I don't fit in anywhere. And he starts to play action figures with him. And I was like, man, that was something I've done in my life in my quest of dating people that have kids. It's like I would get down on the ground and play wrestling figures with somebody. And it's like, and what the mom didn't know was actually I was having a fucking great time doing it.
Right.
And Lakeith Stanfield, in that, he acted it very well in the sense of he looked like, hey, I'm actually having a good time doing this. This is some shit I used to do all the time. You know? So he kind of like resorted back to like, oh, I get to be a big kid for a minute.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He portrayed that pretty well, I think. So shout out to, I like Lakeith Stanfield.
It was a really, really touching moment. And then like, I mean, he shows up and just gives the kid like, hey, I picked this one up at a what do you say, a swap meet or something?
Yeah,
like a year ago. And the kid's like, cool, whatever. He's like, so would you maybe want to go play? And before he can finish it, the kid like swoops up the toys and like grabs his hand and it's like,
he runs off in the other room. Yeah, sweet moment. So what do you want to review? Do you have anything else to say on it, or?
No, I mean, I think I've kind
cast
of touched
carries
on
it.
Yeah, I mean, for sure the cast carries it. I mean, like there's no misses in the cast.
Yeah,
like,
there's not.
Everybody's so great at what they do. Like they do exactly what you would cast them to do for that. Like Rosario Dawson is wonderfully sweet and humorous and
protective of her
kid and Lakeith Stanfield is just so suave and just
reserved in a way.
Very reserved, but like very stoic, but also like you feel that he's the only one in control of the room at any given moment.
Right.
Like he like in a weird way, like very leadership qualities, like quiet leadership quality, you know? Like I don't know what it is about this guy.
Yeah. That's a good. There's a scene where he breaks down to the entire cast, like Lakeith Stanfield does, and he's saying that like, oh, I don't even know if my wife ever loved me, and in the meantime, he's saying that like, he's telling him about a day with his wife, and he's like, oh, we were gonna go run a marathon, and then she went and got a cheesesteak, and we were eating the cheesesteak. He's like, oh, you want to go for a walk? And then she went and got tater tots, and then she went and got ice cream.
Right.
And he's sitting there bawling about his dead wife, and Danny DeVito does the thing that you would want Danny DeVito to do. And at the end of it, when everyone's crying, he breaks the tension with a joke. And he's like, what was the cholesterol on this lady? Jesus Christ. Like, no wonder she's dead. And it's like, and everyone just dies laughing. And during that moment when Lakeith Stanfield, you're talking about Rosario Dawson, and just how fucking, we've said it before, she's on our wall. She's so natural. She is playing the mother of Colin, whatever his name is.
Chase.
Chase. God. Yeah, whatever it is. Chase Dillon.
Chase Collins, we respect
Chase Collinsworth, yeah. We're trying, buddy. You did a great job in this movie. But Lakeith Stanfield's breaking down like how much he misses his wife, and he's crying, whatever. And Rosario Dawson just does something where she just slowly puts her hand on the back of her son, and just rubs while she's paying attention. And it's just such like a motherly moment. And the way she does it is so fucking believable that it's like this wasn't scripted. She's just kind of like, oh, like,
yeah,
I'm gonna make
very natural.
Yeah, and she's so good. Like I never feel like she's reading a line or she's she's in the conversation.
I guarantee maybe not soon, but one day I could absolutely see her winning like the highest of accolades, like Oscars and like all sorts of nominations.
I mean, she's already won the underrated performance.
How much higher can it get?
I mean, really, like, it's like it's better than the fucking MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss.
That's like that's way better than the Nickelodeon Award, and they slime you on that one.
They slime you. Oh yeah. Oh man. So no, it's just I just want to give a shout out to that moment because it is.
I apologize. Go ahead.
But no, I just wanted to give a shout out to that moment because it is a real kind of tear jerker of a scene, and it's very emotional. And Keith Stanfield's knocking it out of the park. Owen Wilson's doing his typical reaction of like, "Wow, I just can't believe," whatever he does, which he does well. Tiffany Haddish, for once, she's a real talker in the movie, and she's kind of when she shuts up, you're like, "That's what I would want her to do in this moment." And then Danny DeVito,
she is definitely the exposition dump. She's the one that's like explaining the rules, and like anytime they're like, "Well, we don't understand," she's like, "All right, let me break this down for you, dumb white children."
And she's also a little bit, and I mean this as a compliment, like a little bit, just a little taste of Donkey from Shrek, where she's always kind of just running her mouth about something in the background, which is a perfect Tiffany Haddish role. She knocks it out of the park. So she's doing what she does in that scene. Owen Wilson's doing what she does. Rosario Dawson reaches out and consoles her son.
Right.
And Danny DeVito breaks the silence. And that was the moment I was like, they cast this movie fucking perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I would want from each of these people in this scene. So
I will give that movie 6 tired actors because they carried the fuck out of it.
That's hard to beat. That's hard to beat.
6 out of 6 tired actors.
I will give it one movie in which I'm grateful I didn't actually see Jared Leto appear, even though he's in the movie. Because one half of what you've been watching would not have liked the movie as much then. So there goes the hater ass Huey alarm.
That's
there.
what I was going to say. Somebody. All right. Let's take a break and then we can get into some of the stuff I've been watching. Some
more of the stuff you've been watching. In fact, I'm with it. Well, let's take a break from our sponsor, Candy Corn.
Candy Corn.
That's right.
Didn't that come out in like 1890?
Sure did. We are back from our sponsor, Candy Corn. Candy Corn. Every piece in existence was made in 1898.
They made so much candy corn.
8 billion, and then Welch's and all the other places just fucking repackage it.
That's why every piece of candy corn you tastes stale.
Yeah. Although I do kind of like candy corn a little bit. I can have 1 or 2, and I'm like, I'm good for the year.
You know what? It's better than raisins.
Yeah, it's true.
If you're handing out raisins on Halloween, fuck you.
Yeah, for real. For real. The only thing worse than that is that people hand out old, just dirty ass change. Like, why do I want this?
And you get a nickel?
Yeah, this disease. And like, money is the dirtiest, most bacteria-ridden shit you could touch. And you're putting it in there with my goddamn candy bars. Give everything a nice metallic taste. Eat a dick. Anyways.
Listen, son, I handle 20s only.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
Pay or you can put singles in my costume like a stripper.
Nice. Anyways, thank you to our sponsor, Candy Corn. What else you been watching, my guy?
Let's see. After that, I went on a marathon.
Oh, what kind of marathon?
Oh, man. I watched Alien and Aliens back to back.
Okay.
In keeping with spooky season.
Damn. You really did a lot.
Yeah. Alien is...
Had some crisis going on you were trying to dodge there, Michael? Just drifting away to...
Just constantly.
You can always tell when our life's been dog shit when we come back. We're like, I've saw like 40 movies. or when we have absolutely nothing to talk about and it's like, all I've watched is Family Guy and BoJack Horseman. That means like, I have tried to put in as little effort into life as possible.
I've watched every season of Kitchen Nightmares on a loop.
Yep, that's when you can tell. There's our signs to Marcus and Michael's mental health segment. Brought to you by BetterHelp.com. Because we don't have real sponsors. Not yet. Anyways, yeah, what have you been watching, man? Aliens marathon?
Yeah, Alien is, to me, it's one of the...
Masterpiece?
Oh, it's a perfect horror movie.
You threw out the perfect movie. It's hard to come by here at what you've been watching.
In terms of horror movie, like, it essentially is just... There's somebody in the house, but in space. And it's shot so well, and Ridley Scott is such a master of pacing and building tension. It's a slow burn, but he does such a great job of creating this claustrophobic atmosphere in terms of, like, there is no escape. Like, and I think you and I have talked about this before, like, you have to deal with a threat because where else are you going to go?
We've definitely talked about it on the show before.
And like the one person that talks sense the entire time, Ellen Ripley, is the one person that's like, no, you're not bringing a contaminated person on board. We have to quarantine him. And then they fuck it up. And then she's like, we need to isolate him and keep him under medical observation. And then they fuck it up. And then we need to kill this thing immediately. Let's just, bail in the life raft and nuke this motherfucker and just be done with it. And then they fuck it up. And she ends up being the lone survivor because, of course, she's the only one that thinks logically through the entire movie. So, I mean, great feminist hero, like in terms of badass, like women in cinema. I mean, it's her, Furiosa, and like Elvira.
Sarah Connor.
Oh, good pull. Good pull.
Sarah Connor is real deal.
Yeah.
She takes down literal killing machines.
I mean,
tough to beat. Anyways, no, I mean, I would give Alien definitely the perfect movie score. You can't pull on it and shit just unravels.
And it's terrifying. The whole movie is shot in close-ups, and you have, God, was that Winston that did those?
Oh, you're talking, yeah, that's a Matthew Dudley question.
Yeah,
I think Stan Winston or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Matthew would know.
I believe that was Stan Winston that did the special effects on that. But anyway, I mean, based on the H.R. Geiger illustrations, so it's this horrible biomechanical creature that's serpent-like and insect-like and also sort of animalistic. It's this horrible amalgamation of all the worst traits of the animal kingdom that give humans the very natural, like evolutionarily developed, like heebie-jeebies. Like, we don't like things that skitter. We don't like things that spit. We don't like things that are slimy.
So true.
We don't like things that...
It is wet all the time.
Constantly.
Yeah.
It both looks wet and dry at the same time.
That is one of the best creature designs of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
So you watched 1 and 2?
1, and then 2 is the perfect sequel because it's more of the first, but with bigger budget, more guns, more action. And in a weird way, it sort of flips the whole series on its head because the first one is very much a horror movie, and then the second one is very much
I'd say it's an action movie.
Survival action movie.
Yeah.
But in the same vein of like Predator or like The People Under the Stairs or something like that, you know? So yeah, it's bigger, it's better, it's more... I mean, James Cameron comes in and just crushes it, and of course he's so visually robust and has this grand vision of like how do I put this? He puts this very grand vision and just knows how to shoot it simply. Like, here's how we're going to achieve it. You know what I mean? Like,
execution at its finest, I would say.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people there, I would say their imagination exceeds their grasp. Even if the movie, for whatever reason, plot line wise, it doesn't hit, the imagination of James Cameron has never exceeded his grasp, in my opinion. So I'm with you on that. So
yeah. In a weird way, it's almost very Spielberg, but I think Spielberg is a much more technically proficient director in terms of like just the way things are shot and like cinematography and things like that. I think
James Cameron does. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Steven Spielberg. You can't, but
right.
He does his homework. He's like, I need a camera that's going to go underwater to 30,000 feet or whatever, 3,000 feet. And he's like, a camera doesn't do that. He's like, well, we're going to
build
that.
one, right?
And he does the research. He puts in the man hours. He puts liquid papers on bees to figure out what it is, like to how to get those things. Very much so. Alfonso Cuarón, who did Gravity and Children of Men, does the same thing. He's like, oh, I need a 360 shot in a vehicle that is one take. And they're like, how are we going to manipulate a camera? He's like, I don't know, you hang it in there where the fucking light goes, and we're going to rotate it via joystick, and we're going to cut half the car off and slide it in and out. So I'm like, oh, so you already have the answer to it. Okay, right. Yeah, let's follow this. James Cameron is, I think, the king of that. So
yeah.
So what else have you been marathoning?
What else have I been marathoning? After that, I saw...
Is it a true marathon, or is it just a list of...
Let's see. No, just watched 1 and 2. Didn't follow it up with 3 or anything like that.
Quadrilogy?
No.
How do you feel about Prometheus and Alien Covenant?
I think it's a weird direction to turn the series. Like in a weird way, Prometheus has almost nothing to do with the Alien. I mean, it's very much the same plot in terms of somebody gets infected, they break quarantine by bringing them onto the ship, but after that, it takes such a wild deviation that it's almost not the same movie. I really think it was more Ridley Scott trying to explore sort of his visual range than his storytelling range. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
I think he was really trying to explore, like, what the limits are in terms of CGI and camera work and visual spectacle.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I just think Prometheus ultimately asks and answers more questions than I didn't really want to ask or answer in the first place.
Yeah.
And I actually liked Alien Covenant. One, it's got the incomparable Danny McBride in it. So, it's already a 6 for me, no matter where this movie goes.
But I mean, he just plays Space Trucker, which is
fine.
Yeah.
And he knocks it out of the fucking park. Plus, you get Fassbender being Fassbender. So,
of course.
But anyways, I was just curious what you thought. I have a love-hate relationship with Prometheus. I appreciate it, and when I watch it, I always enjoy it. But sometimes I'm like, this doesn't. It doesn't answer shit. Like at the end, they're hunting around for this fucking dude, and all of a sudden they find the dude, and then he kills everybody, and then everyone runs away, and that's it. You're like, that was.
And it's like.
And then there's face huggers and like
what did that mean?
there's spores and
fuck you figure it out.
Yeah, did these people create? Apparently, our DNA is so similar to the alien, and they do this black goo to try to speed up the process. It makes no fucking sense. So it's like, all right, cool. But Fassbender's diabolical in it. So, and I like to say the word diabolical.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what else you been marathoning?
Let's see. After that, I watched. I went kind of on a kids movie kick, and I watched Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline back to back.
So okay, stop. Okay, you're still marathoning. Let's qualify.
Again, two classic movies. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas is probably one of Tim Burton's most popular, maybe not his best, but at least his most popular movie. I mean, it hits the same vein in terms of like Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, in terms of like, you just know that somewhere between Halloween and Christmas, you're going to watch that movie because it fills both niches.
It's true. Very true.
So.
I mean, I like both those movies. Coraline that was directed by the same guy that did. Yeah, no, Coraline is directed by the same guy that directed. Yeah, because Corpse Bride was actually directed by Tim Burton.
By Tim Burton, yes.
Yeah, so that's the one I mix up. Yeah, but Coraline was the same director. I forget his name, but yeah, because Tim Burton didn't actually direct.
Produced both, but
direct. Anyways,
yeah. Just to compare the two, I would say that, I mean, they're both incredibly short. I think Nightmare Before Christmas is like barely 80 minutes. I think it's like 77, 79 minutes, something like that.
It's definitely not long.
And pretty much that's just propelled by, like, it's a musical, so it's just propelled to the next song, you know? Like, they give just enough plot to be like, now let's sing about how we feel.
Pretty much.
But they're all real fun songs. It's Danny Elfman, so you can't go wrong. And
Danny Elfman is the composer.
Yes, Danny Elfman is the composer.
I knew what you meant, but I'm trying to be better about being more inclusive. But also keep up.
Exactly.
Now, Coraline's a creepy ass movie, though, man.
It is, and
I'm not as familiar with that one, but I remember I watched it a fair amount. I bought it on DVD when it came out, and I watched it. Because like everyone, I hadn't seen that yet, so I watched it with one person. I hadn't seen that yet, and I ended up watching it with another. So I watched it a handful of times in rapid succession, and I don't think I've seen it since then. So, but I remember it being fucking creepy. And
it is. It's
doll's eyes, and the buttons are getting sewn on, and that's how you tell the difference and stuff.
It's sort of a gothic Alice in Wonderland in terms of little girl finds a magical portal into a different realm where. Initially, all of it's like Fantasyland, where she always sees her mother as like overbearing and sort of always hovering around and nitpicking and whatever. And this one just sort of lets her run free and do whatever she wants, and let's have pies for breakfast and whatever. And then as she learns that, as she spends more and more time in the surreal world, she finds out that the mother's motives are more sinister driven, and it ends up being a literal web in order to draw her in. So
yeah, I do remember that part.
Yeah.
So what would you rank these two films?
I'm gonna give let's see, I'll give Nightmare Before Christmas 364 days before Halloween.
Good rating. Rating.
And I'm gonna give Coraline 4 button eyes.
It's a pretty good rating too.
4 button eyes, yeah. Definitely fun movies, and definitely Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely something you could show like little kids. Coraline, maybe wait until they're, I don't know, a little older. I mean, like...
Either make them young enough where they don't really get it, or skip a couple years till they're...
Right, yeah. It's
like a 10-year-old would be like, either they're just not going to like the movie, or they're going to be like, oh, this is fucking scary.
Right,
So,
right.
I'm with you. So what else has been on the marathon so far? You've been true to your marathoning.
Yeah,
you
man.
watched Alien and Aliens.
I've been trying
both
to...
stop motion.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Been trying to keep up with... let's see.
Did you watch every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
I did not watch it.
So that's coming. Don't worry.
Let's see. After that, I saw something very similar to Haunted Mansion in terms of shifting houses and moving rooms. I saw the miniseries Rose Red.
I don't even know what that is.
It's based on a Stephen King book where basically a paranormal psychologist has developed this theory that there are some houses that are just inherently evil.
Huh.
And so she assembles a team of a autistic psychic girl, a world famous psychic, a precog, a postcog, and God, what was the other lady?
And Scooby-Doo?
And Scooby-Doo, right. There was a Great Dane in there as well.
Oh, Lord.
No, she was a ghostwriter in terms of like she would let spirits inhabit her body and she would like write on pad and paper like
It's a good show on PBS.
It was my husband that killed me. You know.
Yeah, it was a good show on PBS too.
Yeah, exactly. So they basically go to this haunted house that the paranormal psychologist has decided is a dead cell. Like it was once so charged with supernatural energy, but now it's
bombed out and depleted.
Right. So her idea is to bring all of these psychics together to give it sort of like a defibrillator shot to the heart to sort of maybe see if she can jump start it.
Why would one want to do this? I'm sure they explain it, but it doesn't really make sense.
Because it will legitimize her whole tenure as a professor.
Hubris!
Yeah.
Hubris. The fall of man. Careful, Icarus. Indeed.
Fly too close to the sun with your wings of wax.
That's right. So, Red Rose, you were saying?
Yeah. Rose Red. Rose Red is the name of the house. And basically every episode, I want to say it's a 3-part miniseries. The first one is basically just the paranormal psychologist walking through the house and explaining like, well, it was built by this, rich philanthropist, whatever. He built it for his 16-year-old wife, and then she ended up going crazy, and then he may or may not have committed suicide, and then she went really crazy and started building in like kind of like an H.H. Holmes house, like you know that serial killer. So long story short, H.H. Holmes bought an apartment building in Chicago in like 1918 during the World's Fair, and would bring in tenants and roomers, like ROOMERS, not rumors.
Yeah, I got you.
And then systematically kill them. And what he did was he had different people, like different contractors, build different sections of the house, and so there were false hallways and trapdoors and
okay, I have heard about this. Yeah, I got you.
So he would like rent someone a room with like a trap door under their bed, and he would just sneak in the middle of the night, flip the trap door, and they would fall into like a pit of acid or whatever.
It's cold-blooded, man.
Yeah. Or like he literally like walled somebody up like cask of Amontillado style, like in a wall one time.
He Han Solo'd him?
Yeah.
Is the better reference for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
remember your audience.
So the widow built this house that had like false rooms, and like once it became haunted, the house was actually able to shift and change rooms around. So like you could never walk the same hallway twice and wind up in the same room.
Sounds like a good idea for a roguelite video game.
Or, a board game in which rooms change.
Yeah.
Constantly building.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scooby-Doo Murder Mystery Jump Off.
Yes, sir.
Anywho.
Shout out to Hades, the video game. Anyways.
So invariably they start getting killed off one by one because they're driven insane by ghostly hauntings or the house itself or whatever. And it's a survival horror story based on the fact that the house itself is evil. So,
Did you dig it though?
I did. It was a little long-winded. It was very Stephen King in terms of he has a tendency to like over-explain things, but
I wouldn't know.
cut to 3 hours into this podcast.
Yeah. I know, right?
But yeah, it's not super scary. It is very. How do I put this?
Is it like 13 Ghosts, where it's like each of these ghosts has a thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought you were kind of pitching.
Very similar to Haunted Mansion in terms of each ghost is trapped here for a particular reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just of course it comes down to a final battle between good and evil, and
It usually does.
yeah, what have you. Yeah, not my favorite. Of the two, like I honestly would recommend Haunted Mansion over Rose Red, but just in terms of Rose Red is a mini series and it's inherently a little bit longer, so it's a little bit more commitment.
What is it on? Is it on like Hulu or something? Or
I want to say it's on. I couldn't tell you.
either way, I'll figure it
Whatever,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. I was just didn't know if you knew off the top of your head. So.
You just Google it. Whatever.
Yeah, just Google it. That's all. Well,
this
cool.
This is America. Go look it
that's
up.
right. Well, that fell off the marathon train, so unless you watch them all together in one sitting.
No. Not all in one sitting. No. I did marathon one more thing.
The marathon continues, you say?
Marathon continues. I watched Jaws.
Okay. Perfect movie.
Agreed.
We don't have to dive into Jaws
we
too
definitely
much.
we definitely have talked about that before.
Yeah.
Just
But if you want to talk about the Addams Family again, we can bring that up. Yeah. Anyways,
I watched Jaws, Jaws 2, and Jaws 3 back to back.
that is a marathon, my
That
friend.
is.
Tell us how did you fare?
I want you to note that I left off Jaws 4 because fuck that movie.
You didn't want to see Michael Caine?
No, just I have an inherent problem with the shark is stalking us, so we've got to move to an island
Right.
surrounded by water.
Yeah, move to Iowa.
Become a corn farmer.
Yeah, move to Nevada. It's dry as shit out there.
Sharks of the corn.
Sharks, yeah. Desert.
Outlander.
Yeah. Desert sharks. Anyways, no, that's a true marathon. That's a true marathon.
Yeah.
Any thoughts or what?
It's a series of diminishing returns. Really is.
That's why I said
mean,
2 might be the worst sequel of all time. It started that trend.
As good as 1 is, and I honestly don't have a real problem with 2. I think it's more of the same, which is fine. Like it doesn't do the sin of going too much bigger.
Right, to the point it's unrecognizable.
To the point where it's unrecognizable,
or just for the sake of doing like
they did in the Fast and the Furious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, this isn't.
Put a pin in that.
Yeah,
we'll come back to it.
Yeah. Oh, we will. It's a slow burn.
Like probably the most egregious error is like the scene where the shark pulls down a helicopter. But even then, it's a little bit believable because it's kind of a wimpy ass looking helicopter.
Yeah, it is a little teeny tiny little Bell news chopper, whatever. Yeah.
Not even. It's like some amateur pilot that built it in his garage.
Oh,
like, I have an aviation license. Promise.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I've said it before. I think that's why Jaws gets mentioned. Jaws 2 gets mentioned as the worst sequel of all time. It's not that like inherently, if you look at it individually as a film, you're like, oh, this is absolute dog shit. It's just that it is the first one that started the trend of like, we don't really respect you as an audience, so we're just going to recycle the same shit. It's guilty as any other sequel that does that. It's just that it was the first one coming off the first blockbuster where you're just like, So that's why I've always dubbed possibly.
I mean, in a way,
I understand the argument for that. Is what I should say.
In a way, it was a trendsetter in terms of like every sequel afterward was like, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah,
You just give the audience the same shit. With a smaller budget.
Yeah, cut corners. Yeah, pocket the money. Cut corners, pocket the money.
Right. And then, of course, Jaws 3 is. It is what it is. I mean,
I like Jaws 3.
I mean, Randy Quaid is great, and it's got Louis Gossett Jr. in there.
I don't know who that is.
Iron Eagle.
Yeah.
He was on Sesame Street for a long time. Yeah. He was Sam Jackson before Sam Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it takes place at SeaWorld, man. Like, how many places in SeaWorld can a shark get to that you're, like, concerned?
Well, they fled SeaWorld, but it's the weird part of this is like all indoors. It's some giant aquarium that like
yeah,
like if you leave that area, you're
they basically
safe.
build this underwater Atlantis scientific tunnel thing that's in a lagoon, and the lagoon happens to be attached to the ocean somehow. How it's in Orlando and attached to the ocean must be one hell of a fucking tunnel. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Plot armor geography.
That's counting on everyone not knowing exactly where the fuck Orlando is and being like, yeah, Orlando, that's right near the coast, right?
Yeah, people just Florida. They're like, oh, you're right near the beach? No, not really.
Sure, not really. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. No, I like 3 though.
Yeah,
it's my biggest fear.
I mean, you can tell that it's them trying to inject life into a series that they can tell is dead. I mean, the whole premise of it is that it's Jaws 3D, and there are very serious, like, oh, they specifically shot that for the 3D effect, and it's still
the undershot of Jaws approaching dead on is they do it so many times, so many times. You're like, oh, his nose pokes out,
but it's just a static shark. It's literally like it looks like Poochie escaping the planet. Like,
yeah,
just like.
It's a good Simpsons reference. Anyways, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I forgot that Leah Thompson was in that.
Who was that?
Leah. She was Marty McFly's girlfriend.
Oh yeah. See, you gotta spell it out for me, son. Spell it out for me, son.
Also in Red Dawn.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, any thoughts? Any other thoughts on your Jaws marathon? Or I know we've talked about Jaws 1 plenty of times. We'll get back to talking about Jaws 1 soon enough.
I mean, yeah, There's literally nothing else I could say about Jaws in terms of that I haven't already said. It is a perfect movie. It's a great horror movie. It probably is one of my top favorite horror movies of all time.
Ooh, what was that you say?
It was one of my favorite horror movies.
Well, Michael, on that note, I'm going to cut you off because nobody cares about your Jaws 2 or 3 opinions. Sorry, being rude.
I'm going to give it nom nom nom.
There we see, that's why you're a fucking professional here. Well done. I'm so glad you went for that. What are your favorite, you would say, horror movies of all time? And I'll say this. Let's qualify it as horror movies not being like spooky season movies. Like, unless Scooby-Doo, the live action one, truly scares you, I wouldn't call that a horror movie.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like Addams Family. I will watch that. I'm going to watch the Addams Family very soon.
But it's not a scary
It's not
movie.
a scary. It's a great Halloween movie.
Got you. Okay.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, I guess parts of that could scare you if you're a kid. If it truly did, then we can include that.
Sure.
But I mean, like, the Jasons of the world, or like the truly what you would define a horror movie. What are some of your favorite horror films?
Okay.
Because I put a little list together, and I think you might have as well. And I didn't know if Jaws, as you mentioned, as one of your favorite, actually made that list or not.
I would say that it is one of my favorite horror movies, but I don't know that it technically qualifies as a horror movie. Like, that's more of a thriller drama. Sure, there are horrific elements of it, but it definitely is built more on tension and drama more than the macabre. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
So
it's incredibly suspenseful movie, which suspense.
Yes.
Suspense is one of my favorite types of horror movie, a suspenseful movie.
Sure. Again, like Alien is all suspense.
Right.
Like, where is the thing?
It's the high violin. It's the high violin string over and over and over and over and over.
Right.
Yeah. I gotcha. So do you? I got a list. If you want me to fire off, or you can.
Sure. Go ahead and let's just go. Tit for tat.
Yeah, we don't have to spend too much time on these movies, but I'll just kind of give you a quick reason as to why. And these are in no particular order. I don't mean like I'm going to say one, and then it doesn't necessarily mean that this is number one for me. But one,
it's a sliding scale.
Yeah, it's just in no particular order. Here are 5 of my absolute favorite horror movies.
Cool.
And one, I got to give a big shout out to 28 Days Later, the Danny Boyle movie.
Yeah,
that is a fucking scary movie.
That pretty much introduced us to Cillian Murphy, no?
Yeah, that was my introduction to him. That movie is scary as shit because that was like the whole zombie, like the plotting, trotting, whoa, brains. Right. These motherfuckers are coming at you. And so they're...
Introduced the fast zombie or the rabid zombie.
Yeah, where you transform from living to to infect it, or it is in its infection movie, I guess, but it's still, they're zombies, whatever. But the way they spit blood at you and vomit it all over you, and then within a matter of, what do they say, 10 to 30 seconds, you're one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fucking horrifying. And just to wake up from a car accident, have no idea what's going on, roam the streets of London, like, what the fuck is going on? And your first human contact you have is that. Fucking absolutely terrifying.
Well, that movie is brilliant in terms of, like you said, the opening sequence is Cillian Murphy wakes up from a coma.
Yeah.
I think he was a messenger and he got hit by a car or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Anyway, it's very like The Walking Dead. You know, Rick Grimes wakes up from a coma and suddenly the world is completely upended. But it does such a great job of building the isolation and the loneliness in the first like 10 minutes. He's literally walking some of the most crowded areas in London. He's walking the Bridge. He's walking Piccadilly Circus. He's walking, Trafalgar Square and
no one. Yeah, no one.
And the fact that they were able to shoot that by completely eliminating the crowds and the everyday goings-ons there was astounding.
Yeah.
And then to finally build it and break that tension where the very first person, quote unquote, he meets is a church massacre and zombies that have went to church and committed suicide or whatever, or got infected there or what have you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was also the cold opening to that is brilliant. How it's like the monkey bites somebody, and then within a minute, you can believe that this infection got out as quickly as it did.
Oh,
within a day, the world that you know is going to shit.
Yeah, it gets out because environmentalists break into a research lab and they try to free test monkeys,
yeah, something like that, and then the monkey bites somebody on the finger, and then that person transfers and spits blood into the next guy,
and then the scientist the whole time is like, we have to kill him, we have to, immediately is like, you don't understand, it's rage. Yeah.
And then the second the scientist opens the door to get out, he gets infected, and then I love it in also the premise of the fact of the only thing I didn't really like the first time I saw that movie was they pivoted very quickly from the infected into just humans being assholes.
Sure.
Which I didn't like it initially when I first saw it because I wanted more infected.
Sure.
And then the more I've seen that movie over the years, the more I truly appreciate it because something like that would exactly happen. Yeah. And the idea that they paint this picture of the rest of the world is going the fuck on. What would you do if you had an island of Great Britain?
Right.
If the entire, what would you do? You'd wait it out and see what the fuck's going on.
Shut
the
down
problem
the borders,
is
shut down the tunnels,
no one's getting off the island.
Right.
So it's us out here, and we
bricked.
Yeah, and so the fact that these soldiers or whatever just become ultimately very bad people in terms of
Well, essentially
trying to repopulate. We'll just put it very. They've been very lonely.
It's might have established a paradise under false pretenses.
And they've got a zombie chained up that they're like, oh, we need to figure out how long it takes for them to starve and all this shit, which isn't a bad idea, but I didn't appreciate the fact that it pivoted from the infected to just, oh yeah, human beings are fucking terrible. But again, the more I watched the movie,
the monster was man the entire time.
So I love that movie. I'm gonna push ahead a little bit, but that is a definitely on my list.
Agree that, and quite frankly, it's a terrifying movie. You hit you mentioned earlier the high violin string that is constantly going. The pace of the movie only slows down enough to where of course they bring people together, survivors, and you build relationships and rapport with people, you get to know them, but that's all just ultimately so that they can take some of that away from you in very graphic detail. And so it's a constant struggle of oh, I love these people, oh shit, I love these people, god damn it.
Yep. So that's definitely on my list in terms of favorite horror film. Number 2, again, no particular order. I've talked about it before. Michael has not seen it, I don't think still, but Hereditary. Hereditary scared the shit out of me when I saw it. And not oh my god, it was jump scares. There are jump scares in it. Everything in that movie is so fucking earned. And it's such a slow burn, and by the time I got to the final scene, I was blown away. I had not left a theater. I remember joking with the person, because I went with people and they went to go see something else, and I went to go see Hereditary. And when I got done, I was like, oh, how was it? I said, man, that was dark. I feel like I need to go to church after that. And I loved that movie. There's violence in it, but not. I'll just be real. I don't like movies apparently this movie The Terrifier or whatever that's just super gore. Like, I'm not with all that. I didn't really like Hostel for that same reason.
Okay.
I've talked about it before, but
just not into the gore aspect or the torture porn.
I mean, if it's your thing, cool. It's not
not for you. Yeah,
yeah, it's whatever. But Hereditary, there are, when it does choose to be violent, holy shit, you're like, yeah. And Toni Collette, I believe, is in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's incredible. It's so well acted.
That's Ari Aster, right?
Yeah, Ari Aster, and it is so good. And that is the slow burn of a very similar movie where The Witch is a very slow, and it's incredibly rewarding by the end. But you're like, I could see why some people would tap out of it.
It's funny you mentioned The Witch.
Well, we'll put a pin in that. So Hereditary's on my list. We got 28 Days Later, Hereditary. The third movie, I actually have a soft spot for this, and I'm grateful that somebody didn't do The Matrix on this, and they didn't tell me somebody was also, well, they did do a Matrix. Nobody was spoiled it for me.
Okay.
So, but Saw.
Yeah.
I fucking really, really like the first Saw movie, man.
That's interesting because you just mentioned that you don't like the graphic, like, gore movies.
Well, one was still subdued enough where it was violent, but like by the two immediately they were like, all right, we're gonna double down on all of that.
Sure,
like they threw some girl in a pit of dirty needles, and you're just like, okay, man. Like, and she's like rolls around, instead of her being like, oh man, I really don't want to be in here, let me move gingerly, she just rolls around and screams like, ah! That's like, that's no logical person. You would freak out initially, and you'd be like, oh shit, I'm in dirty needles. Let's try to move smart, you know? Right. I mean, you're going to get pricked no matter what, but like, let's try to minimize the thrashing and flailing.
Right.
And then by then it was just like, they're going to show you ripping fingers. So, but the first movie I enjoyed the shit out of, and spoiler alert, when Jigsaw stood up in that fucking room, I was like, yeah, I was fucking screaming like, yes, that was such a good twist, man. And some people hated it. Oh man,
I was definitely in that camp for the first
I loved
one.
it, man.
I was like, that was so dumb. That was the worst plot twist in
everyone said you would see him breathe. I'm like, nobody was paying attention to him. And also, you can, if you're calm enough,
only because the camera forced that.
Well, no, I'm saying the characters wouldn't be. And also, if you're steady enough with your breathing and there's panic going on, no one's gonna notice. Like, you can do it well enough, I think. But whatever, here nor there.
So you're telling me this dude didn't like once fart in his sleep?
He is old.
Like,
that's true.
Have the sniffles or like
I don't know, Michael. He could. People have done more amazing feats, Michael, than lay there quietly for 20 minutes.
It's a long stretch of
either way. I didn't see it coming, and I'm grateful because I remember that movie came out.
You know why you didn't see it coming? Because it's dumb.
You know what? Don't shit on the movies that I like right now. And also, I also really like the fact that the movie was shot in like 18 days in a warehouse. And some people, you can fucking tell. That's dumb. Like, stop with the hater-ass Huey shit. That's a fucking massive... That's like El Mariachi. Like, that's that level of, like, you made a really good movie in a fucking weekend.
Yeah, you know? What, like $30 million off the movie or
yeah,
something
dude.
Like that?
So I fucking really like Saw, the first one.
Plus Cary Elwes.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, yeah, the man himself. But I like the idea that they overdid it with the sequels, and I only watched the first 3 before I was like, all right, I've had enough of this.
Oh, my God.
But the first one, the whole kind of like... the Dexter vibe of it, of like, I'm only going to get people that are like shitty people and pit their own sins against them to be like, you can get out of this by doing the right thing, but it's going to cost you. You've already caused enough pain. There's going to be pain, but you can minimize that by doing the right thing now. And the idea, like, that concept was kind of original and cool to me. And then again, the idea that
the dark vigilantism of it.
A little bit. And he's still a shitty person, but the idea that they go, oh, he likes a front row seat to all of his games, you know. And then when he stood up at the end, I was like, well, yes, I didn't see that. I didn't see it coming, and so I Saw has a very special place in my heart.
Okay,
so that is one I will always give a shout out to. Number 4 on my list. I've talked about this movie a lot of times, so I'll spare you the details. Silence of the Lambs. I mean, you can call it a thriller. The movie's scary as shit to me, man.
100%. That's one of those, you could technically define it as a thriller, but it's also very much a horror element. I mean, for God's sake, Hannibal Lecter came in what, second?
He won it. He won the...
No, Darth Vader.
No, Darth Vader came in second.
Oh, that's right.
Empire won the sequel bracket.
That's right.
And we're talking about our villain bracket in our...
That's right.
Hannibal Lecter was number 1.
I mean,
Vader was 2, but
yeah, I mean, literally the most terrifying villain in all of cinema history.
Yeah,
so just
which is definitive. We've done the work for you. You can't go back and question. Well, Time Magazine said there are a bunch of.
Was that Brian De Palma that did that, or was that
what movie? Yeah, it was Jonathan Demme.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that movie scares the ever living shit out of me. The night vision scene with Buffalo Bill.
Oh my god,
it's brilliant. It's one of the greatest psychological horror movies of all time.
And it's perfectly paced in terms of they drop just enough exposition and plot development on you to like give you the next step in where they're going.
Yeah.
And then they immediately go back into, now here's some terrifying shit that you're going to see.
Yep. The A plot is horrifying, and you don't realize it's horrifying until Hannibal Lecter escapes.
Oh, yeah.
And the B plot of whatever fucking Buffalo Bill is doing, kidnapping people and putting them in a well. Yeah, it's fucking horrifying as well. So, yeah, that movie is definitely and again, no particular order, 4 on my list.
Yeah. That might be, that's going to be a tough one to beat.
Really scary movie.
Yeah.
It's a really scary movie. And number 5, Get Out. The Jordan Peele, great.
Oh, okay.
That movie's fucking awesome, man.
I have not seen Get Out, but I saw Us.
Get Out is a great movie. Get Out is one of one. It is one of the most original. There's so many thematically you could pick. There's this theme going on, and it's all perfectly shown and like not down your. Jordan Peele is a master in this movie. And it came out of nowhere. It's such a Jordan Peele of Key and Peele did this, and then you start to piece it together. You're like, yeah, it fucking makes sense. And in a weird way, it's kind of a comedy too. It's incredibly satirical, like smart satire, like Boondocks, where it's so fucking satirical that you're laughing at exactly how the fucking world is.
Sure,
that
sure,
you're like, oh yeah,
the emperor has no clothes, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's holy shit. So it does view it through that lens, and there's all kinds of other plots and themes going on of obviously racism is a big one.
Sure.
And fucking just the fears, the fact that, Jordan Peele had said this himself. That's kind of like the movie he says, he did another movie called Nope. And the thing that, in that movie, when he says, how did you come up with the title Nope? He's like, is every black person ever, when you watch him, this is his words, he's like, when you watch a movie with them, and you see them go into the scary house, everyone in the theater is like, nope.
Yep.
Nope. And Get Out was very similar to that, just being like, yeah, get out. Like, the answer to is get the fuck out of here. Right. Get away from these crazy fucking white people.
Right.
And it's
this is a mystery worth exploring. I hope it doesn't end tragically for me.
Yeah, no. Or just bail.
Just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I would do?
I'd
get the
fuck out. Yeah. So, and it's very much so, and this isn't a horror movie, but very much so like District 9.
Yeah.
Where by the time you see that movie, whether you love or hate it, whether you want to pick it apart for, it lost me here, it's incredibly original.
Sure.
And there's something to be said for that. So
Sure.
Get Out is 5 on my list, and a couple honorable mentions. There is a little movie. It's got Samara Weaving in it. It's called Ready or Not. Love that movie. It's an honorable mention.
Is that the one where she meets her fiance's family or something like that,
and she has to play a game and survive till dawn?
Like deadly hide and seek.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a fucking great movie. It's a little bit campy and comedic, but it's also pretty scary too. Okay. It's a fucking great movie.
I mean, that's such a great simple premise of what's more terrifying than playing hide and seek and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and being like, I hope they don't find me. Yeah. It taps into one of the most primal childlike emotions of
and at the same time,
I hope I chose the right hiding spot.
And at the same time, at a certain point, I can't continue to hide here because they're going to find me here. Right. So when do I move on? Right. And how? Yeah, it's
right. How do I move from under the bed to the closet, from the closet to the attic, from the attic to the washroom, whatever. Yeah.
Right. So that's a great movie. Ready or Not is really high on my list. Another honorable mention, but just because it actually did scare me, and I was fucked up for a week when I would walk your dog Roy back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I would start to walk faster because I'm like, I need to get out here. But Scream actually scared me. Yeah. It fucked with me. So,
that's a great blend of horror and comedy.
Yeah, I was scared though.
It plays on all the great horror tropes.
Yeah, but I wasn't that familiar with horror tropes when I saw it, so to me it was just a movie.
Okay.
I'm not that big of a horror buff. I'm just being honest. I have no problem with the genre. It's not my
Yeah,
gravitate towards
you were
it.
never the one to watch the Friday the 13th marathons or the
Once I realized, like, some of the campier ones I don't mind, but it's like, but if we're gonna go campy, let's go, like, Jack Frost is another honorable mention, which is a great Christmas / scary movie.
Right.
Fucking, we're gonna be watching all three of those.
Yeah, we will. That's coming.
Teaser for that. So, yeah, Scream fucked me up. Zodiac, I don't know if it qualifies, but Zodiac scares the shit out of me. I know I didn't want to necessarily put it on the list, but the cold opening to that gives me fucking shivers every time, where it ends with the Zodiac killer making a phone call, giving the details of a grisly murder, and then hanging up
6 bodies, and
the dispatch lady's like, hang on, slow down, and he's like just rattling off details. I used a 9mm X bullets, da-da-da-da-da. The one is facing to the north, the other one's facing to the southeast. Goodbye. And he hangs up, and it's a dial tone. Woo! I just got goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah, that is pretty. Again, I don't know if that's necessarily the horror. That might be more thriller drama,
right.
But definitely horrifying elements of that. The scene where
they're by the lake. Gets
by
me
the
too.
lake.
Woo! That fucks me up.
Just it's like watching a car crash happen right in front of you, or like watching a lion attack or something, and you're just like, I should not be watching this. This is every instinct in me is saying, fucking look away, and I can't.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
So Zodiac's on my list. The remake of It, the first movie, I really, really like a lot.
Okay.
And here's the thing is, I like the second It, Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
It works better with kids. My issue
of course.
My issue with It Chapter 2 is the same thing that I have with the one with Tim Curry. It's just I don't like the second half of that story, where it's like, oh, it's a ball of light and we have to fight it with love and hold it, which is fine, like if that's the moral that you want to do. It just doesn't play well. It's just like you had a psychotic clown and now it's like this and you're beating it by holding hands. It's right. Okay, I kind of was a little anticlimactic.
Admittedly, I saw the first movie. I never saw the follow up yet with the remake. I've seen the Tim Curry one probably at least maybe a dozen times or so.
Yeah,
but
it's
I would agree with that. I think that the second half of that movie is definitely the weaker one.
Yeah, absolutely. It just works better when
like
they're kids.
Once they all come back to Derry and they're like, we have to reunite the Losers Club or whatever. Yeah. Like that's where it starts taking nosedive, and it's like we just got to beat them with the power of
and even
imagination.
And in the second. In the remake, in the second one, they do flashbacks to them as kids and stuff like that, and you can tell that, like I just said, it just works better when they're kids.
Sure.
And they do a great job of recasting. Like you get James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain, and like it's perfectly cast, but I just don't like the story of number 2. But the remake of It is fucking really scary. The Skarsgård knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, he is the best part of that, for sure.
He also did a little movie called Villains. That's a real indie movie. Check it out. It's a really good one. And the last one on my list is another remake. This is just an honorable mention. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake with Jessica Biel. I had never seen the first one, and when I saw that movie fucked me up, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Is that the one with R. Lee Ermey plays the dad? He's the drill sergeant from Apocalypse, or not Apocalypse Now. Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. No, that's a great one. So
yeah, he plays the sheriff, the like screwball horn dog, like pervert racist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Texas.
Yeah, exactly. So just to recap, my 5 are 28 Days Later, Hereditary, Saw, Silence of the Lambs, and Get Out. And I got an honorable mention of Ready or Not, Scream, Zodiac, It, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. So.
That sounds like a pretty decent list, sir.
Those movies scare me.
Well, I'm going to top off my list with a little bit of a slow burn. The Witch.
Ooh, that was so close to making mine.
Yeah. I know we've talked about it before, but that movie is terrifying in the sense of you're never really sure if what you're looking at is reality or the machinations of a fragile mind or a delusion or what have you, until the very end where like it's absolutely confirmed, like, oh no, the Puritans were 100% right. The devil literally walks among us and he literally will buy your soul and turn you into a witch and and punish the wicked.
Yeah, because It's funny that it happened to the family like that was so Puritan that they were too Puritan for the community they were living with, so
Right.
they got kicked out. And
They're like, whoa, buddy, whoa.
yeah, they're like, we can show ankle, and he's like, ankle is blasphemous. Like, all right, buddy, you got to get the fuck out of here. You're taking this a little too far.
Hey, we like ankles.
Yeah, and so it was his pride though. Is what,
Yeah.
That was.
Well, and again, it
So
falls
the
down
one
to
of the most deadliest of sins.
That's right. It is. The whole family is destroyed by. I mean, the son is destroyed by lust. The mother is destroyed by envy and wrath. The father is destroyed by pride. The Anna Taylor-Joy character is
greed.
Greed.
Does thou? What was it? Somebody always asked.
Thou
Want to live deliciously?
Yeah. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Somebody did a joke online, obviously, and it was like, everyone's always asking WWJD, but no one's ever asking, and it said, whatever the would thou like to live, and it had a picture of the devil. I was like, that's fucking really funny, actually.
Wouldst thou like the taste of butter?
Yeah, no, that's a great scene. So yeah, the witch, though, I'm with you on that one. That was almost...
Again, a slow burn that just pays off at the end to where you're like, this is fucked up.
Yep.
Like, this whole world. So yeah, in no particular order. Number 2 is going to be The Thing, which I know we've talked about
lot,
before, but again, it's right up there with Alien. With The Thing is in the house and you can't escape, but now they've added on the extra drama of and it also might look like your best friend.
Yeah.
So
who can you trust?
Be careful with that. I mean, it's you know, there's all the stories about it's an allegory for AIDS, it's an allegory for communism, it's an allegory for...
I'm sure people have assigned meaning to it by this point that wasn't necessarily there.
Sure.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that those... So it also doesn't mean that those allegories don't work either, but it also could be people just assigning things like, oh, it's this. So.
Yeah, I think inherently you put enough space between... or you put enough time in a movie, people are going to start looking in and intentionally or unintentionally reading between the lines.
It's Get Out's like that too.
Yeah.
So.
But I think John Carpenter would have claimed that it's probably just a more straightforward horror movie in terms of, yes, it's intentionally...
But also, The Thing can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe it is all those things.
Right,
so.
right. And it's Kurt Russell and Keith David and Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Diabetes Brimley.
I'm going to talk to you about duck boats.
Anyways, yeah. What else?
Yeah, horrifying movie. Like, and just classically shot. I mean, just
I'll watch it one day.
The whole ambience is great. After that, I'm going to go with The Shining, which I know is a little bit of a cop-out because it makes everybody's like top 10 list.
Man, it's your list, man.
But I think it's deservedly so. I think it's, again, you talk about a slow burn of a movie and watching the descent into madness of this whole family and them brushing up against the supernatural and sort of their reactions to it. You know, like the kid is completely terrified and the mom is otherwise oblivious and the dad is completely embracing it, you know, just leaning into the madness more and more.
The Shining is so good that one of my favorite South Park episodes is when they do The Shining at the Blockbuster. That's such a good episode. Yeah. No, I've never seen The Shining. I know that's blasphemy, but I've never seen it. So
I mean, honestly,
I might do it this Halloween. I might do it for the first time, and I'll let you know.
I'll tell you this: it is absolutely worth the watch just for Jack Nicholson.
Right.
I mean, it may be the beautiful combination of an eccentric director meets an eccentric actor, and they're both pushing each other in terms of Kubrick and Nicholson. Right. But he is just, I mean, firing on all cylinders and just goes on this wild manic goose chase of, you know, emotionality. Anywho, yeah.
The Shining.
Yeah, totally worth it.
No, it's not a cop out to put that on there though, man. It's on those lists for a reason. It's like when people say, "Hey, I've never heard Metallica." Like, what's a good? You're gonna want to play the singles. It's a single for a reason,
right,
you know.
Right.
Like it's fucking.
Let me just introduce you to the Black Album.
Yeah. Like you're gonna play the singles for the reason. So I get you though.
Right.
So, anyways,
I'm gonna throw in the original Hellraiser.
Okay, we've talked about that a little bit too.
Yeah. Not the remake, but the original.
Yeah, I got you. Shout out to one of our funniest sponsors ever, our delicious Cinnabite.
Delicious.
With hellish flavors. Yeah, that's always a good bit.
Hellscape of flavor for your palates.
For your palates.
A razor blade of emotions on
There
your
it is.
tongues.
Yeah, it's such a good bit. Anyway. Which, by the way, I saw the internet do that joke recently, and I was pretty pissed off about it. I was like, man.
We definitely came up with it first.
I had never seen it before, so I'm taking full credit. I know it's a pretty low-hanging apple to go Cinnabites. Oh, like cinnamon-flavored bites. Still, we popularized it. So, anyways, but yeah, we've talked Hellraiser a pretty fair amount.
Yeah.
It's
Just so gothic and visually interesting, and I mean, I don't think that the special effects necessarily hold up to today, but in and of themselves and being for what they were, like, they're still terrifying. Like when Frank comes back and his skin is reforming and musculature attaching to skeletons, and he screams, and you're just like, wow, Harryhausen was fucking on some shit on that one.
Yeah. It's pretty graphic.
Yeah. And of course, iconic characters in Pinhead and whatnot. But let's see. After that, I'm going to go to probably the movie that terrified me the most growing up. It is not Jaws.
Okay.
I think that's more of a thriller drama, but just in terms of pure horror movie, I'm going to go The Exorcist.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That movie is fucking terrifying. And again, I obviously have a penchant for like the slow burn horror movies that sort of take their time getting there and setting the ambiance and the atmosphere. That movie is terrifying. It's admittedly the first 2/3 of that movie is building and building and building and building, but they intersect or they intersperse just enough of the supernatural elements and the horrific elements. I mean, like her just randomly crab walking backwards down the stairs and like walking the party like you're all gonna die, and then just pissing all over the floor and stuff like that. Like, it's legitimately terrifying. I mean, there's a scene where Ellen Bernstein, the mom, comes in and turns off the light, and for the briefest of seconds, you can see a hologram image of Captain Howdy on the wall.
Oh shit!
Just, I mean, it's just it's a horrific face, but it's just, I mean, like, she turns off the light, you see the face, and then they cut to the next scene, and so like it takes your brain a hot second to think about like, did I just see what I think I saw?
As I mentioned earlier, I'm not a big horror movie buff, but I need to get with some of these, man, because I miss out on absolute classics.
Yeah,
like still haven't seen The Thing, still haven't seen The Shining, still never seen The Exorcist. So
yeah,
I'm behind. I admit I'm a bad partner to do this with, but
and I saw that movie
way too young.
Well, not way too young. That was one that I avoided for a long time. The very first time I saw it was when they re-released it in, I want to say like 2000, 1999, something like that.
Right.
They had put in a bunch of cut scenes and stuff like that. Halloween night saw that and was completely terrified. I mean, like, something about watching a movie with the right crowd and just hearing their shrieks of terror at the right moments, and like,
yeah, you were in it.
Yeah, oh yeah. People just, you could hear people in the rows in front of me being like, like breathing heavy and like, don't do it, oh, don't do it,
yeah,
don't
right.
do it.
They were transported, man.
Yeah,
that's all we asked for
a
movie.
The power of cinema. Turns out Nicole Kidman was right.
Oh yeah, when you go into AMC and she whispers to you before a movie starts.
Don't y'all want to watch a movie?
In her breathy voice, yeah. She does. Well, that's a hell of a list, man. Any honorable mentions or anything? Or?
Let's see. Honorable mention, I'm going to give to... I think we talked about this before, but 30 Days of Night.
Josh Hartnett movie.
Josh Hartnett movie.
have. It's a fucking good vampire movie, man.
Yeah, really. Yeah. It's sort of zombies meets vampires, I think, in the same element.
It's a bloodbath, that movie.
It is. There is so much gore and violence in that movie, but it's over the top. But in the same, it's not intentionally campy. Like,
yeah, no, it's definitely not campy.
There's blood. Like when they cut people open. So basically the plot is this vampire clan invades a town in northern Alaska that goes completely, like, they have no sunlight for a whole month. hence the 30 days of night. And so basically these vampires have an entire month to run rampant and slaughter the entire community. Josh Hartnett and his party hang out in like Anne Frank style in a house. Or was it Helen Keller style?
Either one.
Either way.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they, I guess they track, the vampires go to this place because of the darkness or whatever, and they know they're like, oh, every couple of years is going to happen.
Also featuring Ben Foster as the Herald.
That is right.
That's
Ben
right.
Foster,
He literally walks out from a icebreaker to the town over the frozen tundra, and is haggard and great character actor. Yeah.
Fucking great actor. Period.
He is totally worthwhile watching in that. 30 Days a Night. It's a really good action horror movie. Very violent, very bloody, but
I didn't like the ending very much, but
where he, spoiler alert, turns himself into a vampire so he can fight the
vampire and then kill. I mean, it makes sense because like, what else are you going to do? Like,
Yeah.
you got to even the playing field. But if you like that, check out a comic book series written by one of the writers of the Boondocks, actually, Rodney Barnes.
Okay.
Called Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check that out.
But yeah, no, 30 Days a Night's a good pull. It's a good pull.
Yeah. After that, I'm going to give a honorable mention to Cabin in the Woods. We kind of mentioned it earlier with Scream in terms of like hitting all the horror tropes and stuff like that. I think it's just a wonderfully brilliant horror comedy. It literally takes all the horror movie tropes and cliches and puts a pin in them and like draws attention to them, but it earns it.
Right. It's like, hey, here's why we do these tropes.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's sort of every horror movie wrapped into one in some glorious fashion.
Yeah. It's a good list. So
those
recap it real
gonna
quick.
be- So we got The Witch, we got The Thing, we got Hellraiser, we got The Shining, we got The Exorcist, and my honorable mentions are 30 Days of Night and The Cabin in the Woods.
Solid mother effing lisp. Yeah, sure. On that note, we have enjoyed dropping with you on this Halloween evening.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Now it's Count Chocula. No, on that note, man, go trick or treat and share your candy with somebody you love.
Popcorn is that your favorite? What do I do?